It is a good morning. So today is the first losing day. Um, it's Friday. I was hoping for some TGIF conditions. So we have this marked out from Monday to the high that was made this morning. And I was expecting TGIF because it made a high and then another high and then another high and then another high and then another high. So it's been grinding up like this. And Friday is pretty much usually when it grinds up like this, when it collapses back down to clear all of this sell side. So I had all of this sell side marked out. Potentially it'll come back in the PM, but I'm not interested in it anymore. So I had all of this sell side marked out because I wasn't sure how far exactly it would go. And of course we have this 15-minute fair value gap right here. So yeah, what I was kind of hoping for is that it'll go up at 9:30 and then go down to clear at least this. This is also the opening range gap, but it didn't do that. So it held this, and yeah, then it just went up. When at this point over here, when it came above this high, cleared it, and then didn't go down, I was like, okay, it's probably going to go up, but I couldn't find an entry because this delivery was not something I really liked. So I took two little stop losses. So I lost like less than 200 bucks. Yeah, minus 140. So account balance is still well in profit, 1,800 in profit, very nice. But yeah, so the first stop loss I took was right in here, because I saw it clear these highs, and there was a fair value gap somewhere. Yeah, so this was the 15-minute fair value gap right here. Oops. We have this fair value gap. So as soon as it tapped this fair value gap, I was waiting for SIBI on the lower time frames. So where's my trade? Yep, this is the second one. Yeah, here's the first one. So we had a 5-second fair value gap right here. So I sold this and it came right back up to stop me out. My stop was above the fair value gap candle, like over here, above this volume imbalance. So it was not that good of a trade, but it didn't take this low, so I thought it might at least go and do that, and once it does that, I'll trail my stop loss to break even and then see what happens. Because there were all of these lows, low resistance, liquidity run signature, which I was hoping to partial at. But I wasn't really confident with this trade, so I only put one contract on it. And also it's Friday, I really didn't want to lose too much today. And this is the second loss I took. Another short of this fair value gap. Once again, stopped out pretty quickly. The second one was because... where'd my executions go? Oh, right. It signed out. Okay. Yeah, here's the second one. So it took out this buy side, and then there was a balanced price range, fair value gap, bullish and bearish, and it respected this. So when it respected this, I was like, okay, maybe we can get a short. Maybe now it's going to go down. So this was all of the structure beforehand. It was holding this, and as soon as it came back up and held this over here, and it displaced under this, so it took this high, came to this fair value gap slash balance price range, and then it displaced. I shorted it, but nothing. So that's how important bias is. After this, I was convinced it would go up because it's already cleared this buy side. And when it holds a high like that, I anticipate it to keep going up. But yeah, I didn't catch any longs here because yeah, it just went up pretty quickly. And then yeah, I don't know. I was looking at 5 second, 15 second, 1 minute, and there was just not much for me. I don't like this kind of delivery where it sets up like these equal lows, trend line liquidity kind of stuff. I like it when it comes down, sweeps everything, so people really think it's going lower and then it grinds upwards. But it didn't do that. It pretty much didn't take any lows. It only took these lows. But yeah, so it took these lows, came into this fair value gap. So that's how I should have been reading it. Because everything is bullish. I mean, it's been going up, it's gonna keep going up. But I was just waiting for it. Also, here it even came back to the 20%, so there wasn't much more range, but I was hoping that we would get these equal lows because, yeah, there was just a lot of liquidity building up over here. But we didn't get that. However, I am happy I managed to limit my losses, only lost two tiny stop losses. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. First losing day, but we're controlling our risk. Yeah, I got the wrong read. In hindsight, I probably could have done this better and won today. Um, but yeah, because as soon as it held the 50% of the opening range gap, bodies closed above it, I should have probably expected it to stay a breakaway gap and then go upwards. And look, even here we have another fair value gap re-entry to the buy side. But yeah, these equal highs were just tempting. Yeah, so not much more to say. Today's analysis was just a little bit off, and yeah, I should have probably been more in sync with the higher time frames because the 1 minute really wasn't showing that many fair value gaps. There was only this right here. Okay, wait, let me hide these executions. There was only this fair value gap, and then nothing else was revisited anywhere in here. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Not much to say about today. Just took two little stops. And yeah, my read was wrong, but that's okay. We're limiting our risk. My reads are right most of the time, so as long as when I'm wrong, I don't blow my entire account, we are good to go. So with that, I'm wishing you a nice weekend. And that's gonna be it for me this week. Yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Stay tuned.